What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, I thought I would do some film review of my last two ESL games from yesterday. I'm going to be streaming at 2 o'clock today. I have Twitch drops on, so make sure you guys check out the channel at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific today. So I'm going to just go through these games, kind of do some film review for myself, and kind of commentate over all of my decisions. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'd like to check out my opponent's bullpen, see who he has going in there, get my bullpen ready to go. I'm starting this game with Aroldis Chapman on the mound. He's starting this game with Mariano Rivera. I like to use my very best pitcher first so that he gets into the game. I have a pretty deep bullpen, a pretty deep draft, and I'm making this really happen with an offense that isn't quite there. I can't catch up to the sinkers inside. He dots me pretty well. Got my PCI just chilling in the middle, pretty much just trying to read the ball out of the hand and look for a mistake pitch down the middle until I get 2 strikes. That's always my mentality. That just seems to be what I like to do. So if it's in the zone and it's not down the middle, I'm probably taking it unless I just read it really well out of the hand. That cutter was just nasty from Rivera right there. I thought it was going to be down the middle, and it went all the way outside of the zone. It's just a bad read by me. Mark Kana, third hitter. I like his swing a lot. But these are the type of guys that are going to have to really help us out on offense to get this win. That's a pitch that I took right there because I just didn't read it perfectly. That's exactly what I'm talking about early in the count. I have a lot of confidence in myself to be able to battle with 2 strikes. So that's why I always just look down the middle early and often. Wasn't able to do so there. That's a dot. It happens. We struck out there. So we got Chapman. Love to use the sinker with Chapman. Even if it's not accurate, it's just a really difficult pitch to hit. Gonna go back outside with the slider here because he just saw that sinker inside. Good takes there for sure. Gonna go back to the fastball. He's got pretty decent control on the fastball. Just missed my spot there. We do get a strike. Gonna mix in the changeup. I'm not sure why it didn't push up on my controller at the time. Sometimes that happens. 3-1. Same thing happened. That happened a lot in this game. I'm not sure why that happens. From time to time it does. I don't know if it's just me nervously pressing up on the right stick or what the deal is. Get a sinker that gets over for a strike there. A lot of these guys that I'm going to face have the same mentality as me. They're not going to swing early in the counts. They're not afraid to take a strike. They're not afraid to get called out on strikes. And you just cannot leave pitches over the middle. You just can't. You're better off walking them than leaving it over the middle. Pretty good changeup right there. Gonna go with a sinker on the inside. That's almost like an impossible pitch to hit if it hit the zone. Not sure again what happened there, but it got messed up. Actually, looking back on this for the film review, I'm not sure why that happened. It just happened a couple times there. We're gonna go to the sinker inside, and we do get a double play. So we never really gave in, and that was key. We started getting people on. We didn't give in. He finally had to go after a pitch that wasn't that. It wasn't that easy to hit. I'm also checking out his lineup here. I like to check. You gotta check out their lineup, see what matchups that they're gonna get. We see that we got a lefty coming up next, so that's definitely what we want to roll with. We want to roll against Carpenter instead of Sano. Sano's an absolute beast. Carpenter usually has good stats versus right-handed pitching, and his attributes just aren't as good against left-handed pitching. So that's who we want to match up with. Go with a couple sinkers there. We're gonna go back outside after we, give him a different look. We missed the zone there, 2-1. We're gonna go back outside again. We're trying to hit a strike. That one he really could have hammered because that one hung. I didn't execute that one very well. And then we're gonna throw that one. Just couldn't get around on it. That fastball inside, very difficult pitch to hit. So we're out of the inning without any damage. Top second here. Got Edwin Encarnacion up. Saw a pitch up. Didn't look like too bad of a pitch. Wasn't on it. Lots of times I also that pitch. That's exactly what we're looking for. Right down the middle and crushed. Lots of times I don't look at my feedback just because I don't want to know. If I was very late on a pitch, I just tend to throw that out because I don't try to like speed up my swing or anything like that. It's something I've been doing lately because it just kind of messes me up if I'm just focusing too much on my feedback. I'll start to guess too much on my feedback what they're gonna throw me next. I just brush off my shoulders and go to the next pitch. So a big weapon yesterday is a lot of people kept bringing in a lefty to face this Robinson Cano. He's not even that good, but this Pat Valika guy, he has a lot of power versus left with inside edge. Inside edge has really changed up this game because you're gonna get a lot of live series cards. So I like to draft pitching, and then I'm going to try to take some guys from my position players that have inside edge. Ended up with a pretty good balance of like lefty hitters, righty hitters off the bench. This seemed to be like the perfect guy to sub in for Cano all day yesterday. He smashes one to right field. Sometimes these cards can be sneaky too. It's like you kind of like ease up a little bit because it's like a bronze. This Roman Quinn guy was really nice for me yesterday too. Smashes a home run. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I'd rather have the pitching than use some of these lower tier cards and smash with them. He has a lot of speed in center field too. So he was kind of like just a random good find to get things done with yesterday. Got Will Smith as my catcher. I think if you can get a good catcher in this, it's going to be a huge weapon because there aren't a ton of good catchers. Like if I can draft like Mitch Garver or Gary Sanchez in the draft today, because we will be redrafting. I think that will be big. Get a good pitch to hit right there. Will Smith actually does have a lot of power, but it's right on right power. He's not too bad of a catcher. Maybe I'll try to draft one on my bench so I can pinch hit if I need to today, and then I can replace him with the sub later on. So Valika's out at second base. We're still sticking with Chapman. I really don't like to throw a reliever more than one inning at a time, especially in this where their stamina is like really reduced. Get across the fastball there. We're gonna keep pounding the inside part here against Low. Throw a ball. I think at some point I don't know if it's. I wonder if I take him out. That's why the film review is so good. We hang a slider there. That Low card. He's got a really good swing and he can mash. Kind of got lucky, but Quinn tracks that ball down with that speed. Definitely taking him out. So yeah, I got Hoffman, Asuna, Workman, Adevino, and Britton. We have a lot of really pitching. My starters weren't very good. I think I had like Tanaka, but I never even used my starters at all yesterday. I just used the bullpen. Having Chapman and then being able to go to Hoffman, two very different styles of pitchers, one left, one right, was a big advantage. I don't necessarily need a diamond hitter. I'd rather have two diamond relief pitchers, even a starting pitcher that I like. I've been pitching with Hoffman for years. That circle change is really difficult to get exit velocity on, and you take like somebody like. Usually, here's something I like to do too. Let's say I start like Kerry Wood in a ranked seasons game, then I like to go in my bullpen to a guy like. Like to a guy like Raleigh Fingers or something like that doesn't really throw gas, that throws the breaking stuff. If I start somebody like Corey Kluber or Hershiser, that's when I like to go to like, Aroldis Chapman or, Jake McGee or Rob Dibble, somebody that throws gas. So they've got their timing, they have to face multiple different styles in one game. So the fact that we got, Aroldis Chapman and Trevor Hoffman, was really solid. We walk him there. I got to take a look at everybody's card. I really take my time in this. I want to know who I'm facing and what's going on. So this is like the Silver Cano. Didn't really see an inside edge boost. It really can dictate how I'm going to approach there at bat. Like I'm never afraid to walk someone or pitch around someone. You gotta pitch around certain guys and play to your matchups. Like you gotta play to the guys that have lesser attributes. I mean, that's just or attributes, I should say. That's just what you got to do. Throwing that changeup blown away, we walk him as well. So now he's got Juan Soto up. Sometimes you gotta know like who they're not gonna pinch hit for. I know he's not gonna pinch hit for Juan Soto, so we're gonna bring in Zach Britton. Throw the sinker on the inside part of the plate. He doesn't go after it. We're gonna go back to the slider. I don't like to really spam the same pitch in the same spot too often. We're going to go back to his sinker. He's got perfect plate discipline right now. which is always dangerous. We have to throw one in the zone. He takes the sinker. I'm going to go to the same spot again because I just got to hit the zone. This is why I don't like to throw in the same spot twice in a row to a good player. He reads it immediately and smashes it. We got fortunate there. 3-2. We're going to go to the slider. He just locked in at the plate. Is able to take it there. Now we got Mike Trout. Get him to foul off that first pitch, and we missed our spot badly. We're going to go back to the outside. We missed our spot badly. Trying not to get nervous here. Pause. I want to take a look at who he's got up next. Looks like he's got Didi Gregorius up next. Left on left matchup. So I want to go and I'm probably at this point, I'm going to pitch around Trout. I want to make sure all my bullpen guys are up too. We got Adevino and Osuna ready to go. Probably trying to save Osuna for last. So that's why I 1-on-1, like I'm going with the ball here. I'm kind of thinking to myself, even if we walk Mike Trout, it's not the end of the world because we'll get that matchup with Didi Gregorius. But he is hitting like over 500 with the Gregorius, so it's something you got to keep in mind. But I'm just trying to see if he wants to chase. We got to play to the score. 2-1 game. We're going to go to the mound visit here and get a little bit more confidence back. Throw a good pitch there. Just an absolute dot sinker inside. I guess I decided to try it again, and he smashed that. That's a good swing. And that Didi Gregorius, I believe, is just the silver Didi Gregorius, like 70, 68 for like power and contact. That's a great rip, too. That was actually a good pitch looking back at that, and he perfected it. Now we're going to go with Adevino versus Sano. Adevino, obviously, with the great slider, has the cutter. He was playing up on inside edge. Got to get cards that are up on inside edge. Try to throw that two-seam on the inside. Very difficult pitch to handle. It's breaking in on the hands from the inside, and it tunnels well with the slider. Get the slider down. He fouls that off. That was tough because that was a pretty good pitch. We're going to go with another slider, and we get him out there. So really big to get out of that jam. A lot of this is just getting out of jams in the short term. I mean, you only get a couple chances. You got to come through clutch. I mean, one of the biggest situations I always look at is how am I doing with runners in scoring position on offense and defense. That's really where the game's won and lost a lot of times. Got Gregory Polanco in. I think he was up to like 80, 85 power, which is like a ton in this, especially for a card like Gregory Polanco. Kind of liked his swing. He was productive for me yesterday. Taking pitches, we got to get ahead in the count, so he has to throw strikes. Got to use the walk as a weapon, as I used to always like to say. Get a pitch there, 3-0. I was swinging away because I was trying to hit a home run to take the lead. Fortunately, that didn't go to the shortstop. We did hit it good, but we just our PCI wasn't perfectly on it. That's a pitch right there where I noticed my opponent was getting nervous. I missed that badly, but he left that right in the middle of the plate. I remember saying outside of myself, saying to myself, like, he's getting nervous. And that's a key thing we'll see in the next game also. And then he leaves one right down the middle that we just smashed with a gold Tatis. Like, you got to recognize when your opponent's getting nervous. Either they just start to swing at everything, or especially when they're pitching. And when they get nervous when they're pitching, it's like they can't hit dots anymore, or they leave stuff right over the middle. It's so important, in my opinion, to stay loose and relaxed while you're playing. Have a couple laughs when things go wrong. But you definitely can't be nervous and tight. You will not play well in this game. 1-2 here on Eloy Jimenez. He didn't do a lot of damage for me. I usually hit really well with him, but he wasn't doing like a ton of damage for me yesterday, at least that I can remember. I mean, that's why I wanted to go back and look at the film review. That was a great pitch right there. That cutter away with 2 strikes. Had to protect. Got me to roll over on it. That was a really good pitch. 4-2 there. Now Kana's up. He's entering the pause menu. He's gonna bring in Raciel Iglesias. I think he really beasted me with this card, to be honest. I'm going to take a look at him. I like to take a look at their pitches, and I like to take a look at their per nines. Instead of hitting R2 or something like that, that's what I like to do. I like to pause and go look at it. That's a great pitch right there. I felt like I just remember being behind on this card. Really, I couldn't catch up to the fastball or that sinker. 97 on the sinker, 97 on the fastball. I might need to draft this guy if I can get him today, look at that. I could not get around on that at all. Very late. 0-2 count here to Kana, who was a beast. I think there was a couple games yesterday where he hit a home run. Just absolutely dotted me on the inside. You got to kind of look for this pattern, though. Like, I see that he's really just, that's why you got to go inside, outside, switch up the pitches, because eventually, I think I do start. I'm just like completely looking for a sinker inside or a fastball inside. I still keep my PCI for the middle, but I try to focus on my timing on that. I try to focus my timing on the inside part of the plate. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be on the inside. I'm just looking inside. Kept throwing the slider away. Really couldn't dot that thing up. I wasn't in chase mode because I was looking inside. Renato Nunez. I like this guy. Lots of these guys I've used, like, when I was doing a lot of the showdowns and stuff like that. So I remember having some success with him. I don't think I had, like, a ton of success with him in particular. I actually have used him in a couple BR runs. I really never play BR, though. I just play ranked seasons. That was a great pitch right there. Broke my bat to end the inning. So now we got to go out and pitch. My opponent is 130-30, by the way. When I messaged him to see if he was ready to play the game too, I'd actually messaged him in the past, so I actually know this guy. The last time I messaged him was in 2017, and I played against him to get into the World Series in MLB 17. So it was such a long time ago. So I thought that was kind of like a good premonition going into the game. Trying to utilize, but I just really try to mix pitches with Osuna, not give him anything that he can really read on. Use that cutter on the inside part of the hands. Big strikeouts. Getting that first out is so big when you're trying to get the save. Dot up a fastball, one pitch at bat always was great too when you're trying to close out the game. Get him to fly out there to center field. So now we got 2 outs. At least we got 2 outs out of the way. He has got up Ruiz, I think he's a prospect catcher for the Dodgers. An absolute dot there. We're going to go back with the cutter on the inside half. Another dot. There's nothing you can do with that pitch. We're going to go low and inside, and I swear, man, 1 strike away from victory. Trying to get him to chase. That thing hits him in the foot. So now we got a runner on. Going to throw a changeup here to try to mix things up. Don't want him on anything. I just don't want to give him a fastball right here because I think he's definitely 100% sitting fastball, especially on that first pitch. Another messed up thing. I don't know why that happened so much in this game. Sometimes I like plug in my controller. I don't know if it's from where my PS4 sits. It just doesn't pick up my input sometime, but yeah. Used to happen a lot more than it happens in this game. I might have just been nervous, honestly, and just messed it up. Jay Bruce, I'm really nervous. I got away with that fastball there. He was very early on that. Gonna go with changeup, I think that was, and it just finds the hole, and he's able to get to second base. So we were literally 1 strike away, just 1 strike away. You know, I have no idea what this Billy McKinney card is. I want to check out the 5164, see where I'm at with that, see if he had some big boost on inside edge. See how nervous I should be. Throw a cutter. Cutter was dotting. Look back at this footage. Go back to a fastball, and he rips it. Turns and burns on that fastball. That was a great read looking back because that cutter set up that fastball really well. He was able to turn on it and get the hit. I forgot. This game actually got really close. A lot of my games were close yesterday, I gotta say. So he's got Juan Soto up. Very scary hitter to go after in this situation. Very scary, I gotta say. Just because he's got, you know, like anything dead red, like any fastball with Soto swinging his power, it's probably going to be blasted over the wall. So I got to be really careful. I think we're going to throw a cutter on the inside. That's such a great take there in that situation. We're going to go to an inside fastball. Oh, we got away with that fastball. Man, did we get away with that fastball. Now we're going low, below the zone, with the knuckle curve, just trying to get any kind of a chase. Is that a cutter? I think that's a cutter. Wow, it messed up, and we walked him. But I think I was thinking to myself, that's okay if we walk him. I'd rather face Trout, even though Trout has more power. At least we got a right-on-right matchup. Get that cutter in early. Got to get ahead in counts. Throw an inside fastball that just dots and it catches it for a strike. That was a huge advantage. You're gonna throw that knuckle curve, and he grounds out on it to Tatis. So we get the win there. That was a really good game. Like I said, he's like 130-30, like a 10-1 win ratio in ranked seasons is extremely legit. We were able to get it done though for the win. So now this is a game that I'm playing against. We're both 5-0 going into this game. He's starting Henke. I'm starting Aroldis Chapman. What's nice in the ESL is your pitching. It does reset every game. I mean, if you really feel like you can get away with just having 3 pitchers, go for it. But we needed every single pitcher I had. We needed like 5 pitchers versus a good player of at least silver at the very least, to get through that game because offensively he's just that good. So I get my bullpen going. Again, I want to check out his bullpen because we see who we're probably going to face. We're going to face Wagner, Hendricks. He's got a loaded bullpen also because he's got Vida Blue, he's got John Franco, he's got that Josh Taylor. He's got a lot of different cards. He's got Schwarber, then Davis, Sano, Franmil Reyes, Austin Meadows. So I see like 2 lefties, a lot of righties. His batting average with these cards were ridiculous also. Starting off with that inside sinker. I was missing that to start off a lot, but it's kind of, I like that pitch a lot. That's like my favorite pitch with Chapman is that like 100-mile-an-hour sinker. Go with the slider away. We're going to go back to the fastball. So we use that combo a lot of times. It looked like the sinker, then the slider, then the fastball in, and then the change up low. So I think I started off both games with the same sequence, just giving them a lot of different looks, trying to get that sinker back on the inside. That was a great hit. I missed my spot, but that's a good 2-2 hit. Just shoot it through the hole on the left side, staying back to see if it was a strike or not. He's got Eric Davis up now. I want to make sure, see which Eric Davis it is. It's a silver Eric Davis. He has only 27 contact versus left, 77 power though, good speed, and like he's hitting 493 with them. Some people hit really well with Eric Davis's swings. Some people don't. So we got that pitch there on the corner, pretty good pitch. That pitch got away from our catcher. Will Smith could not block that right there. So he gets up to second, gets away from the double play. I don't know if we would have been able to double him up anyways because Eric Davis is so fast, but he does avoid it there. We're going to throw an inside pitch there, the fastball. That's going to be just off for a ball, and that was a great take as well. Good take, too. We got first base open. You got to be conscientious of where everything is. We do get to 3-2 right here, though. I'm going to try that inside fastball. It's my pitch that I can spot the most, but it's a ball. That's a great take right there. He's got Miguel Ceno up now. Extremely, extremely dangerous hitter just because he has a lot of power. It's very easy to hit home runs. I've hit a lot of, when I played BR, hit a lot of home runs with Sano, especially in Showdown also. He's always a threat. You got to take him. You got to take him as seriously in a mode like this as like a really high diamond card. That's how good he is. He's going to foul off that sinker there. 2-2 counts. Going with the changeup low. Aroldis isn't exactly the easiest card to control all the time with his secondary pitches. The fastball is pretty easy, but he also has very, very low energy. We do get another double play, though. Kind of like last game, too. We're just battling around. We're just staying out of the middle as much as possible. Even though that pitch, well, we're trying to stay out of the middle as much as possible. That pitch was down the middle. We got Franmil Reyes up. Reyes has much better hitting against right-handed pitching. Get away with that one just because it was so fast. Here is the sinker on the low and outside half. Got an 0-2 count. I'm trying to go with this changeup below the zone, and he absolutely crushed it. I don't know if I was just early on my release or what, or if the pitch just hung, but he just smoked at that ball. It caught the very bottom part of the zone. A great read, too. And that's a difficult one right there because we're 0-2 with 2 outs. That close to getting out of the inning. Way ahead the at-bat. Analytically 0-2. You should not get a lot of hits. But he made the read on a changeup and just absolutely put the PCI on it and crushed it. Huge, huge hit. I mean, that's the type of stuff that will win you the game. That was a big hit for sure. So he's got Tom Henke on the hill. Don't really see him too often when I play. I know his card, his face of the franchise is kind of expensive, but I don't really see him too often. Has the fastball, the forkball, and I believe the slider. The forkball really isn't that slow though. If that forkball was like in the 70s or 80s miles per hour, he'd be like way more difficult. He's kind of he's got that heater though at 99. He's got kind of a interesting windup. I just don't find this card that difficult to hit against though. 3-2 count on Tatis, getting off to seeing like a good amount of pitches to start off. Just kind of kept my weight back there because I wanted to make sure that I got a strike to hit. So we are just late on it, shoot to the right side. Still hit it pretty hard though. Made sure we did not get out at second base though. I really wanted to take second, but the ball was hit too hard. Can't run into a base running error right there. Jimenez is up now. That was a pretty good one to hit, but I wasn't on it. It's key not to swing at it late because you think, oh, that was a pitch that I should have been on. Sometimes you gotta let strikes go. Just you gotta I don't know. You really want to be on pitches. It does you no good just because it was a good pitch to be on it late. Fighting off that pitch 2-2 to shoot that one the other way as well. Real fortunate to get a hit on that one, but as far as my swing being very late, it's like I'm just trying to protect in that situation. I gotta protect. That time I dropped way too juicy of a pitch. I was wondering if he was getting. That was a pitch that's like, is he getting nervous? I don't know why I thought that was like a forkball or something. And I dropped that badly. We should have smashed that for a 3-run home run. It just surprised me how good of a pitch that was. 2-1 count here. Throws it low. 3-1 count. I just hit. Let's see. Here's another pitch. Swing and miss. 3-2. I'm just so upset for not hitting that first one. We do smash that one, but my PCI wasn't perfectly on. It's like my swing was like for a sinker or something that he doesn't have. He just has that forkball. Get one across here. Edwin Encarnacion is up next. Chasing, I remember being pissed at myself for chasing on that one because it was like, what are you doing? And then he throws another very hittable pitch. 0-2. Here's the pitch from Henke outside. 1-2. So you try to dot up like away there. Throws it inside, forkball. 2-2. We battle back in the count. Pitch from Henke. That was a good pitch. I had to protect. Somehow they got put in play. I got pretty fortunate in this game with some late hits. I do remember that in the moment and now. I got pretty fortunate there. That just went for a hit. He also doesn't have like the best defensive outfielders in the world by any stretch of the imagination with Austin Meadows and Franmil Reyes. They're not exactly beasts in the outfield. He's taking his time to pause here. I wonder what he was looking at. Probably looking at his bullpen would be my guess. Trying to get somebody up in this situation if he didn't have some people up already. Contemplating whether or not he wants to go someone else. Also, I bet he was looking at my lineup as he goes to the intentional walk here. Goes to Cano. He's like, I can go to Cano. I can bring in a left-handed pitcher to face Cano. He's not good against lefties. But what do we do again? I swear, this happened in like 3 or 4 games yesterday. They just kept trying to go after Cano at the lefty. And then I was able to bring in this guy, this Pat Palika guy. 2-1 or 2-1 on the score. I read that pitch well. I just missed it with the PCI. I don't know how I missed it, but I just missed it. I really wasn't I should have checked and saw like what Josh Taylor throws because I really don't know off the top of my head. We got Roman Quinn. I think I might even do that. Yeah, this is right. I should have done it in the last at bat because I was like, what does he throw? A fastball, a cutter, a curveball. Wanted to see who else he was going. His bullpen was deep. Like that Vida Blue card is good. John Franco, not so much. Liam Hendricks and Billy Wagner's who I'm real afraid of. Wagner can be very difficult to hit off of in the clutch. We smashed this pitch. That was such a big catch. I can't tell you how big of a catch that was because that was going to clear the bases almost with Reyes out there. Sometimes on those catches, what I do, I swear you get more of them in that kind of animation. If you hit R1, the jump button, I always time my R1 right as I'm about to catch that. He won't do like a you do it too early, you probably do some crazy jump. But I time it just like I hit R1 just about the same time that the ball is going to go into the glove. I'm curious if he did that there, but that was a huge game-saving catch that he just made. So we bring out Hoffman here going up against the gold Paul Goldschmidt. I don't think there is another Goldschmidt in the game right now. He usually has like a signature series one from like the D-backs, or he usually has a couple cards. All right, so we got a 2-2 count. I love that circle change away to right-handed pitchers or right-handed hitters with Hoffman, because that makes him roll over. This Galvis card, I noticed that he's like a beast with him. Over 500 average. Probably has a pretty good swing. He's got kind of an interesting swing. Got him 0-2. He fouls off that circle change too, man. That circle change was very low in the zone. That was nearly a .2 that he was able to lay off of. Decided to go up and out with the fastball. Caught too much of the middle of the plate. And then check out this. I missed it. I missed that one. I think I didn't hit R1 on that one also. So we got Franmil Reyes just making the catch. Eloy Jimenez just missing the catch. That's just sometimes what this game can come down to. A little bit of frustration. That's another thing too. After you get like a big hit, always look for the pitcher to throw it right down the middle on the next pitch, because people get frustrated and they lose their edge. So I got a big hit there. He got a big hit there. It's just natural for your it's natural after you give up a big hit not to just be locked in and throw like a dot on the next pitch. A lot of times, you're so like locked in trying to keep things going, and then you just ease up a bit. So I'm always looking for that fastball right down the middle to do damage with, and then like eventually you settle back in. But it's one of those patterns you got to really look for when you're playing online. You got Vogelbach in, trying to pitch around Vogelbach. He's dangerous. That one gets by Encarnacion at first base. Also, just hit too hard for him to deal with that with his fielding rating, and he does that slide. That slide's really, really effective in getting doubles. Push to the left on the right stick. We're going to bring in Zach Britton here against Schwarber, because I know he's not taking out Schwarber. That's like something you got to think about too. There's just certain cards when you bring in pitching matchups, they're not going to take out. Like Juan Soto, we knew he wasn't going to take out. You're not taking out Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is like one of the best hitting cards always in the game, especially in this situation too. Got him to line out, so we got fortunate there. We had a laser throw if we needed to. Eric Davis is up again versus the lefty, 77 power, and he has 22 contact. Get that first strike. I love to throw changeups offhand. So if we got a lefty versus a righty, I love to throw changeups below the zone. If we got a righty versus a lefty, I like to throw changeups below the zone also. Another huge rate though. He smashes this one, but we're right there to make the catch. Like that one just barely stayed in. So I feel pretty fortunate that one just like barely stayed in. And he didn't hit a 3-run home run, which would have put us in a huge hole. He's looking to go to a different pitcher here. He's going to go to Liam Hendricks. This is like one of the, I'm down in this situation. I pause because I want to take a look at my bullpen. And I also want to take a look. I think I might take a look at Hendricks' pitches. It's so key to know what pitches the guy has so you know what to look for out of the hand. If you don't know what pitches they have, he's got the four seam, the slider, and I think the curveball. So I think he doesn't have a changeup, so I can eliminate the changeup from what it's going to be. But I've got to see what he has. I got to see if he's got a sinker. I've got to see if he's got a cutter. You have to know what that is. Man, we're getting fortunate. Who did he have at second base? I just got right by that second baseman with the bronze fielding. I can't remember who he has. Going to Polanco here, he had a walk-off home run earlier in the run. Yeah, that's why he's hitting 500 with the home run. That pitch was right down the middle too. It was a two-seamer. I wasn't ready for it. That one I read pretty well. Didn't get the PCI perfectly on it, but he smashed that with that power. And this is the biggest play of the game. I wanted him to stop at third base. I might have told him to stop too late. He gets the relay throw and gets that in. That was really frustrating because we would have had second and third with nobody out, which is just such a better situation than probably going for that run there. just really mad. That made me mad because I swore I told him to stop, but I might have told him to stop like too late. This is the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure if I individually ran there or I held out one. I think I told him individually to stop, but I think he was too far down the line or something like that. That was one of my best swings there, right there, like an inside fastball that was dotted. That would have scored a run too. But I smashed that one with Tatis. I always love hitting with Tatis. Now Eloy Jimenez is up. 3-1 game here. Got to make sure that we stay out of a double play. Taking that fastball on the inside part. 2-0. We're up in the count. We're going to definitely take that pitch 2-0. I'm not really looking to pull. I'm looking in the middle right now. Take that slider away. Who cares if it clips the zone for a strike? We don't want to swing at that. Get a pitch in the middle, but it wasn't. It looked like it was going right down the middle, but it was like actually a little bit low and away. And then we're just able to stay back on that one and drive it to the right side. 3-2. Thought that pitch was too close to take. That was actually a big hit from Eloy there. Probably his biggest hit of the entire run. But that would have tied it up. Man. Had we not ran into that out at home. You can't just be making outs at home like that. Base running is so important. I got a base running tutorial on the channel. It's just so important. And I messed it up there. Now he's gonna bring in Billy Wagner. It's nice to know that like we knew he was coming at some point. We're looking fastball and look how late we were on it. Looking fastball and just extremely late on it. And then that curveball, like that really, I was still late on the curveball. That thing came in flying. We still missed it. And then we missed the fastball. So, we really choked in that situation just looking back. Just really choked. I think I had like a slider swing on that. Felt like gas. Eventually, we're going to get adjusted to the gas, though. Just how it is. Take a couple pitches there with Nunez. Man. All right, 2-0. 3-0. So now he's got to come in the zone. Otherwise, he's going to walk in. I took that pitch 3-0 because I'm almost wanting to take here 3-1 because one missed pitch and we're going to get the run. Decide to go after that one, hit a laser, but we line out. Just unfortunate there. I thought we hit that one pretty good. Just didn't do any damage. Went right to him. So we're looking at who to bring in here. We're going to bring in Adevino. We want to save Osuna because if we ever get, we want Osuna to close out the game. And we're gonna use Adevino before that. We don't want to close out the game with Adevino. We wanna close out the game with Osuna if we can. Got to get Workman up too, but this is the type of guy where you need all the pitching you possibly can. Having all the pitching can make it more difficult against a lesser player because you don't have that like huge offensive advantage where you're just gonna dominate on offense. I'm gonna see how the draft goes today as well, but I'd like to have more pitching because when you run into a good player, you've got to have pitching. If you just have like bronzes and commons that aren't good or even silvers that aren't good as your mains, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in real trouble because ball's going to jump off their bats. Get the strikeout there as Sano. Wasn't really able to spot these pitches with Adevino. That needed to spot that two-seamer. I think I was like, nervous that he was going to be able to pull the ball. Go with the cutter. That cutter and freaking slider combo are just like real nice to have. Do we dot this? Nope. I was just off on dotting that pitch. Brace again. He walks. That was a good at bat, but I didn't really throw him a lot of stuff to hit. Here is Austin Meadows. Do we get over and catch that? Eloy does. That was a big catch. Eloy doesn't have that great at fielding either, so to make that catch was nice. Now we got Goldsman. I think I do dot with the two-seamer here. I we need to dot this pitch. I don't know why I wasn't dotting with it. So we lock in here, dot it up twice. Now we got an 0-2 count on Goldie. And we're going to throw the slider, which is going to look like it's pretty much going in the same spot. That was a good rip for him there, though. Got the base hit. I actually don't remember him getting that base hit with Goldschmidt. So now he's got Galvis up. I'm nervous because Galvis obviously smashed it last time. He pulls the cutter, but at least the cutter was spotted somewhat well. Go with the mound visit. I went to Osuna here just because, it's too big of a situation. We got to get out of this situation. Get him, throw Oscar. A lot of people look like fastball when you bring in a new pitcher. I thought he actually swung there for strike 3, but he was able to check swing. 1-2 count. What pitch do I go to here? I go to a changeup low. I like that. Right on left. Throw that changeup low. He's late on it and fouls it off. Go to the cutter. Takes it like a champ. Let's see here. What do we go to here? I'm really thinking. I actually remember not knowing what to throw in that situation. Go with the slurve. Low and inside. He swings through it. Strikes out. So now we got to go up against Wagner. Only 8 pitches. I really should have taken a lot more pitches against Wagner. And that's why it's good to look back at this tape. I should have taken a lot more pitches because I saw in the very first pitch I had a pretty good read. He kind of did what I like to do sometimes at the end of the game too, and that's just like put it in the zone and make them hit it. Instead of trying to nibble on the corners at the end of the game, just like make them hit it. Hopefully, like that's an ideal situation there. I paused the game just to slow myself down, and I wanted to look at his bullpen too. I wanted to at least I'm down to like 38 seconds of pause time, which if you guys watch me play ranked seasons, I'll never be in that situation. I play really fast in ranked seasons, but in this, I take my time and I want to look at every single matchup. We take that pitch there with Quinn. Here comes another pitch from Wagner. Outside curveball there. 3-2. I was thinking about pinch hitting also for Quinn because we got Ryan Braun. We got a couple guys that can hit versus left-handed pitcher pitching better than Quinn. But I've already hit a home run with him. I was like, I'm just going to let it ride. Plus, he has a ton of speed if he gets on base with that 96 speed. So he could have tied up the game with a winning run. But we ground out there. We have no catcher in this situation either. But I do go to Ryan Braun because we're down to our last out. If we can hit a home run, we'll figure out the catcher next inning. Or if we can hit a home run and then walk it off on offense here, we got to go for it. Looks like I dropped just a hair. I was too late. When you're late, your PCI drops also. If you're early, your PCI rises. But we ground out there. We end up losing that one. But yeah, guys, check out the stream today over on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching this film breakdown. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.